So this problem is giving a string. I need to check if it can be constructed by taking a substring of it and appending multiple copies of the substring together. So for example, here A is repeated, but that's not going to work because A times A plus A does not give me AB. But this substring AB, if I take two of these, if I take two of AB, I recreate the original string AB. There, that's it. Like it says, AB twice. This, I know A repeats, but if I take A and then just put A and then A together, it does not recreate ABA because this B ruins everything. So I cannot take any substring to recreate ABA. It's impossible. Here it's possible. So I have ABC, 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 ABC. So this is true because, like it says, ABC 4 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. If I multiply ABC or like put them together 4 times, I will recreate the original string. Same for this, because at half I have ABC, ABC. If I put 2 together, ABC, ABC, I will recreate again the original string. So 2 ways I can get the original string. But luckily it only asks for whether or not it's true or false. Then I didn't need to check for ABC, ABC, but good to know. So I understand that my input is a string, my output is a boolean, true if a repeated substring can be repeated to create the original substring. So that's what I have from the understanding. And then as for matching, well, finding repeats in a string. How many repeats? In those problems I used a dictionary, but here I can avoid using a dictionary because you're only asking whether or not it's true or false, whether or not it can be built. So it's, let's see, well, similar. I'll say, at least I should mark it down. So similar to finding repeats in a string. But I won't need a dictionary. I just need a count. So no dictionary. Just a container to count repeats. I'll need a for loop to go through all the repeatable stuff. And what else I need? I'll need a for loop, a count, and I think that's it. Well, okay, if conditions. The good old if conditions. So if conditions to check if I can find repeats and I want to count them. So yeah, if I need a count, I need the if conditions. So what's the plan? Let's see. My plan is, so I'm gonna have a for loop, and I need to go in the range of let's see, for loop of I, range of starting at 1. I want to start at 1, and I need to have all the way to the length of the original string, length of S, and I need to divide by 2 because there's no point if I find a substring that's greater than half of the original string, then there's no way that repeats. So I just only need to check half. And plus 1 to include the half point index. So with that for loop, I'll need another for loop. Oh, I guess in MASH I should say I'll need nested for loops. So I'll need another for loop inside a for loop. I'm going to start that at j in range of, let's see, I'll try to reduce the amount of work I needed. I'll need to go through the entire length of the string, but minus I, so that I don't go over the index, I don't go out of bounds, and I'm stepping every I. Oh, right, before that, plus 1, I need to be inclusive of the half point. Now, back to my point of the step, I need to step every I, so that I'll be checking strings every single time. For example, this ABCD, ABCD. First I'll check A, I'll see how many times A gets repeated, and then move on. Then I'm going to look at AB, then I'm going to look at AB from here, and since I'm stepping by 2, I'm going to look for AB here. I'm not going to look for BC. I'm going to start from AB, because that's just how you build the string. Like there's no point if the AB is offsetted somewhere. It doesn't work like that. So I'll look for AB here. I'll look for AB here. It doesn't exist in CA. It doesn't exist in BC, but it exists again in AB, and then CA, and then BC. So that means even though AB it gets repeated like 1, 2, 3, 4, it's actually just being recreated twice, because again I'm trying to recreate the original string, and then of course it won't work just by visually seeing it, but you know, this is covering all bases for any other kind of strings. So that's why I'm stepping. So then let's say I'm having the length of 3, so I'll look at ABC, then I step 3, I'm going to look at this ABC, and I'm like, oh, it's the same. Continue on, and I'm going to look at ABC again. Oh, the same. And another step 3, I'm going to look at these 3, ABC. There's no need to check ABC, BCA, and then CAB. I am not going to check like that. There's no point. There's no way that can be repeated to recreate the original string. So that's my explanation of why I'm stepping every I in this. Now, then I need to check, I need to count. So from the original string, I'm only going to look at from 0 plus I. I'm not going to look at a BCA or CAB ever. I'm always going to look at A. Then the next string I'm going to look at is AB. Then the next string I'm going to look at is ABC. The next string I'm going to look at is ABCA, and so on and so forth. I'll always start at the beginning. So if the beginning is equal to another section, so S. So this is why I have the double for loop, J, and I'm slicing it from J plus I. So if I find any of the same, then I add it to the count. That reminds me, I need a count variable. So I need to reset the count after the inner for loop is done, so count equals 0. So now that I have the count, I'm going to go outside of this loop, and then I'm going to use simple multiplication. So I'm going to look at the length of the S of the substring from 0 to I. I'm looking at this length and gonna check if it's equal to I'm gonna look at this length and multiply this length by the count, like, so I can like say if I see ABC, this for loop will give me a count of 4, so that means it'll be ABC times 4, and it'll give me ABC 4 times, and it should match the length of the original string. Like, so ABC 4 times, that length should equal to the original string. That means the substring can be repeated to create the original substring. So times the count is if it's equal to the original length of the string. There you go. Then I can just return true. Then outside of all of this for loop, if nothing gets triggered inside these loops, then I just return false, as in if there's no way to recreate the original string using any form of substrings. So, and that is my plan to make this function with. I didn't need a dictionary. It was only asking for a Boolean, so I made this as simple as I could while keeping my understanding of how to get this done. And that's all.